Microphone check. What up, people? Woo woo. It's Nika's real talk from a real place. It's Nika's real talk from a real place. What's up, good people? I hope y'all can hear me. Last time we had some really jacked up technical difficulties. Okay, shall I say it again? I don't gotta say it again. But anyway, I hope that this is going to play. If not, it's gonna be next month before y'all get another podcast. Cause baby, I got to figure out what's going on and why. Okay. Last time I got all the telltale signs and I just was not paying attention. But anyway, it's your girl Nika. What up, though? Okay. So first, before we get started into our topic, Journal to Victory, the Purple Book, Overcoming Your Past, Your Failures, and Your Fears. You can find this awesome purple book on Amazon, okay? Black Girls Are Pretty Sweet, Sweet Dreams is the book that me and my daughter wrote, talking about all amazing women that have been trailblazers for our time, history, past, and present. All right? Black Girls Are Pretty Sweet, Sweet Dreams. You can also find that book on Amazon. And also, if you want to get in touch with me, on Facebook, you can go to the page and follow me, please. Getting Back to You Consulting, LLC. Okay. Now, if you want to get in touch with me on IG, which is Instagram, you can also send me a DM at Coach Nika, and that's CoachNeca. All right. Let's get into our topic today. I am so happy to be here. Y'all see my little silk. Look, y'all go get this little shake now, okay? My girl Jody. She hooked it up, baby. If y'all want her information, let me tell y'all she is at, what's the name of the company? Let me make sure I get the name of the company. It's Blade Noor. But my girl Jody, she's located over there at, that's Oak Park and Cermak, over there in that area. But anyway, just DM me for the further information because I don't got all that right now. But she did that. Y'all see that? Yep, yep. I just want y'all to know. Your girl is here, okay? I ain't had a silk press and I don't know how long, honey. I don't know how to act a little bit. Look, sweat that thing out, okay? Like I got a purr. Y'all know about that. Anyway, y'all know I'm silly. But again, my girl Jody hooks it right on up for you, okay? Just like you like it, all right? And she a great conversationalist. Thank you, Jody, for doing my hair, girl, because you know this stuff is kinky. You work real hard, and I just want to say shout out to Jody, because she that girl, okay? All right. So, the topic today is preparing children, your young adults who are going to college, okay? We got to prepare these babies for college. We cannot just think that they're going to just get it like, okay, like, I'm going my way. It's a lot that comes with, transitioning into college life. Like, you have to mentally prepare yourself for that. You have to begin to learn like what your transition looks like because a lot of people have stressors because of that because they really don't know like what's the next step. Like when I graduated from high school, I decided that I was going to go to Malcolm X in Chicago. um, that didn't work out for me, but I had a plan, but then I didn't execute it fully because I just was going to school, taking all these prerequisites for nursing, and I ended up changing my major later. So, preparing your children for college. That's financially, making sure that they're good. If you need financial aid, make sure you apply for those things. Also, making sure that they're going to find a school that's going to accommodate them and what's going on. See, we register our kids for school and we never try to find out like do they have tutoring, do they have a support group, different things like that to prepare them for college because nobody is ready to just leave. You know, their homes and things like that. They're gonna move forward really quickly. So, parents, if you have children that are getting ready for college, prepare them, okay? Mentally. Make them have times where they're just sitting, like researching different things that they need. These babies need to be prepared. Now, sometimes as a parent, you can prepare your kid for many things with going to college, and they decide that ain't for me. Like my oldest son, baby. I'm gonna share some of the stuff with you, but we went through a long haul. He just decided to take a pause because he wants to go online. Okay, he don't want to go in person no more. He's sick of everybody, so he wants to go online. So that's gonna be his new thing he's doing. I ain't got nothing to do with that. Okay, I done did my part in society. All right, moving right along to the next kid. So, um, making sure again you filling out if you're gonna get financial assistance, make sure that you're filling out for the financial aid because that is so important. Like people think like you could just get it and it's a process. Everything's a process. Having the right resources is the process. Finding the right school that's going to accommodate your child, your young adult, into their new independence stage. So I know that, like I said, that there are some options. Sometimes schools do prepare the kids for that, and sometimes they don't. So, with that being said, you have to figure out the best plan for you and your family. Okay? So that your family is not dealing with financial burden. But I tell the kids, if you can get financial aid to help you, let it help you. Don't look at that like, oh, that's something to don't even get bougie like that. Like this ain't that. You have to make sure that you're good. Because I'm going to share stories with you from me, my family, things that have happened with me, okay? So again, when I first went to school, like I said, I had just had a son probably a year prior to me graduating, going to college. So I know y'all hear the little ghetto noises in the back. These people in and out the door, okay? Like I'm not doing a whole podcast, but anyway, I'm gonna keep going. I just pretty much like yeah, we had a few guidance counselors to come and tell you like different things that you could do, but then we also had like you had to research some stuff. Like one time, um, a guy came from SIU to our school, and he had a amazing plan. He's telling me about like all the stuff. I'm sweating, y'all. Y'all see, I got my. I'm gonna sweat myself out. So the guy kind of gave me a lot of information. You know what I could do for my daughter. I mean my son. You know what can happen and the funding that they will give to me. Now it seemed like a really great option, but me as a new mother, like I don't think it would be wise to leave my family and stuff like that. So I stayed, and then when I stayed, I ended up, I first got married when I was 19. So I was kind of going to school again at Malcolm X and just trying to fill everything out. But again, I wasted my time going to Malcolm X. Okay, I wouldn't say I exactly wasted my time, but I feel like I did. And the reason why is because I decided after going there, I'm like, no, I'm going to go for something else. Then I went from them something else to something else. Okay? So mentally, we have to prepare our kids for the journey that they're going to go on. Now, if you're a parent that has not had any college experience, then I get it. You don't really know what to do. But I can give you an inkling of some steps that you can take so that you can be beneficial to your child as well. Okay? I had to learn on trial and error. So a lot of this stuff that I'm giving you all is basically through things that I've experienced myself. Um, so like I said, I went there because I didn't want to go to SIU. And yes, the man was telling me I had a full ride, I had all this stuff, and I was like, that sounds really good. But I thought, I didn't have the family support. So, family connection and support is very vital when your kids are transitioning to college life, okay? You have to have someone that's gonna be there for you. Because again, this is a new experience. It's not just a new experience for you, it's a new experience for them. So therefore, collaborating throughout those times, I think is something that's very, very helpful. We have to make sure it happens, okay? So, um, that's very vital. Knowing, well, I know a lot of times, kids can be kind of, young adults can be very indecisive. Don't really know what they want to do, how they want to do it, or which way they're going to go when they do it, right? I get it. So that's why it's very important to figure out before you even step foot in a college, know what you want to do. Okay? I spent many years not knowing what I want to do, and guess what it did? Prolong my time of leaving. Okay? So I don't want you to have to deal with that. So that is something that you definitely want to let your kids know. Hey, find something that you really want to do, and your heart is set for to do it. Go ahead and do it. Okay? So that was one thing that I kind of noticed. Like, hey, I was very indecisive because I was like, I'm gonna go for nursing because that was always something my heart was set on, right? But then when you get there, you're like, what's going on? What had happened? Okay, so, no, wrong number. All right, so the other thing, like I said, making sure the financial stance is going to be there as well. If you need assistance, get that. Okay, that would definitely prepare them. Making sure through the summer, because most kids are going to go to school in the fall. So when they're going to school in the fall, you make sure that you have that, again, support system to everything that you need. I mean, everything they're going to need, because you don't want your kid that's in your young adult. I keep saying kid, but young adult. You don't want them always like begging or asking for something like this conversary in the jail. No. So they need your support. They need your support, in getting the different things they need. Of course, they do have admission advisors to tell you what classes you're going to need and things like that. Make sure that the placement test is done before they go in the fall, if they have a placement test for the school. Now, if they don't, then you're good to go. But make sure that those type of things are dealt with like ahead of time, because it's something that they're going to really need. The other step is mentally preparing them. I mean, because this is not like something like, again, it's going to be time they're away from you, you're away from them, so you need that. That's the vital. I'm telling you, that's the vital with this whole operation. This is very vital of the connection and what's going on with your kids. Okay. Um, Once they do have their classes, kind of prepare them, if possible. Try to get the book so you can kind of overlook and see what's going on with the syllabus, if so, if it's available to you, because sometimes the syllabus can be available like early, or but telling your kid, hey, or young adult, you have to make sure that you invested in that syllabus and know what's going on, because if you do not, you're gonna be lost. Okay. And like I said, that support system also goes with, when you're studying habits, do you have help? Do you have a tutor? That's why it's good for your kids and your young adults to find out what is good for them when they go, so they don't feel like they're struggling and they don't feel like they don't have that. Um, like I said, I'll tell y'all my little mess ups with college, but I was able to come out on the best side. Okay, so when I first went, I kind of knew, I was like, oh, I want to go do this. right? But that wasn't what I really wanted to do. Then I started looking like, oh, should I go to Robert Morris? They got this medical assistant program. But you're not about to be making as much as you would make in nursing with no medical assistant program. Okay, I'm just gonna let you know right now. But Robert Morris is a really good school if you had to go from like they cost an arm and 8 legs, but they're a really good school when it comes to the medical assistant program. Like I've heard great stories about it, and I heard horror stories about it. But if you want to do medical assistant, I would advise you to do there. Now that financial part, you're gonna have to be on top of it because they kind of pricey. Okay. Um. So knowing the school that's gonna meet your needs, finding out the things that's gonna be needed is so important. Like I said, I ended up going to that school. Then later, I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna go ahead and go to another school and get my bachelor's because I'm like I'm here trying to get an associate and that don't even make sense at this point. I gotta go. So I ended up leaving that school. I went to another school. I went to National Louis University. You know, of course, I had to do all the stuff I had to do, but of course, at this time, I have 2 children. Trying to go to school and deal with, being a single mom with 2 children. So that's something I had to do, right? It took a while, but I ended up, finishing. I started my bachelor's degree in 2006, and I was completed with that in 2010. So that's kind of how that went. And eventually I graduated. Then afterwards, I waited like probably 2, 3 years, and I was like, you know what? I want to go back. I want to finish my master's. I went, applied to Concordia, and I got my master's in counseling. Okay, so that's what I have now. It took me a long haul. It took me a long road. I mean, all those years, I definitely should be a doctor, right? But that was just something in the roads that I took. So I'm telling you all of this so that you can avoid things like that. All right. So my son, oh my oldest, the Ziggy story. Disclaimer: I'm gonna let him know I talked about him on my podcast this time. Okay. So with my son, like, he was playing football. He was very, very, very enthused about doing football. That was his thing. He was his niche. Football it is. Everybody ready for some football. All that. So he did that for many years. And so when he was getting ready to go to college, we was like, okay, you're going to college. I'm like, where you going to go? So we decided that he would go to Concordia. So he went to Concordia. He was on the football team and everything. Then I think he got hurt or something. Something happened, but it just wasn't working for him. So some situations went on. He ended up like, end up not going back to football. So he didn't go back to football, right? So then I'm like, you gotta find something to do because you can't just be home, just not doing nothing. Like you gotta focus, grasshopper, focus. So, I talked to him about going to an out of state college because I'm like, let's go do this and maybe you work out good. My kids, I can say, they are mama boys. So, therefore, going away from your mama, that didn't work out for him. He's like, not going to be able to do it. Nope, nope, nope. So, it wasn't that he wasn't prepared, but it was mainly like, okay, I can't be around away from my people too long. So, like I said, that mental portion of making sure that you like kind of encourage them and tell them like, hey, you got this, whatever the case may be. Just supporting them and letting them know, hey, I got your back. But I did support him. I drove him all the way to the school in Alabama State. We went to Alabama State University. I got him in. I'm talking to these people. They was like, the deadline is here. Hey, I talk a good game too, so I got him in there. So after probably 2 or 3 months, he decided, no, we're done. So he took a year off. I think it was like a year. He took about a year off from school. After he took a year off, and then he decided that, he was gonna go back. Cause again, he was sitting around like, I don't know what I want to do. He wasn't mentally prepared to do that. He just really wasn't. So I get it. Um, so after that took place, then he came back. Like I said, he took another year off. And then he decided that he wanted to go to another school. So he was trying to find other schools he can go to that's like closer, not too far. He ended up going to NLU. And so when he ended up going to NLU, he decided this is not something he wants to do right now. So, boom. What are you going to do, son? I'm just going to figure it out. Okay, so now he's figuring out his life. That's his portion, right? So for my other son, who is now getting ready to go to college, I'm preparing him. We have done like all this assistance and everything that we need, trying to get these scholarships, all that good stuff, right? So that he can actually go. So he has a full ride to a college that he's gonna attend. So I have to just make sure I'm doing my part, which is prepare him mentally, physically, for what's going to take place. You know how that's going to look. I know there could be some nervousness there. You may experience with your young adult that they're experiencing nervousness. So that's why we have to continue to let them know that we're here for them. We're supporting them so that they can be amazing on purpose, right? Because that's my thing, right? So yeah, so I'm just making sure at this time now, so we have all this stuff planned. We kind of know what's going to go on. We're getting ready. We're getting ready to prepare ourselves for this journey because we're really looking forward to it. And the main reason why my son goal is to become a brain surgeon. So to be young, gifted, and black, come through. Come on through here, Doc. It's a Doc in the fam bam. That's all I'm gonna be saying. I just want y'all to get ready for me when I walk in. Excuse me, my son is a doctor. My son is a neurosurgeon, darling. Yes. I'm so silly. So that is the preparation. So again, mentally, physically, and financially. Those are the three things that they're really going to stand on while they're in college. And also, you can also let your kids know sometimes they can do like work study jobs or, little jobs on the side if they need some extra money. But the sole goal for them is to study and be at peace. Yeah, I know they're going to need money, right? So that's why we got to help them, if you can. If you don't have that, then of course your younger daughter is going to have to figure out what to do. But having plans set in place to prepare them for that is something that they really need. So, with all of that being said, prepare your young adults for college by finding out where they want to go, how they're going to financially pay for that, what kind of supports they're going to need in place, and making sure that we are there, okay? Because they depend on us. This is our village, and they depend on their family to help them. It's so many kids that are going to be going to college that don't have a family to support them, and they don't know what that feels like, and that's a struggle there, and that also causes other things to trigger you as you go. So, with all of that being said, prepare your young adults for college. Share this podcast with other people so that they can know that this is something that you really need to do on. And especially in the black community, we need to always, always, always tell our kids, you can go and be a great person. Okay? All this different stuff to help you. The motivation has to come within though. So if they're not motivated, okay, either they're gonna get motivated or they're gonna figure it out in life, right? And that's what you do. You allow them to do that. But being there for them is what they really need. So That's all I have to say on this matter. I hope again that this is great information to prepare your kid for college so that they can be amazing on purpose. And as always, I love you all. Keep being amazing because you are. Love, peace, and just let your soul glow.